Your fellow passengers on a commercial flight are usually a diverse group representing all of society. But that's not necessarily true behind the cockpit door. The vast majority of pilots are white and male. But lately there have been efforts to diversify the skies, including a program in California that's helping young people earn their wings. Kris Van Cleave has the story.
This is what 70 miles an hour feels like.
10-year-old Aiden Washington can barely see over the controls, but he's in his element.
We're at 1,000
feet over Los Angeles.
I like it when I land and when I take off.
I kind of like the flying part. I'm not a big fan of the landing part.
Yeah, it's just the landings can be a little rough, but once you get the hang of it, you'll just land perfectly.
With Mom cheering him on and documenting each flight from the ground, Aiden is chasing his dream of becoming an airline pilot. He's been practicing flying the friendly skies since he was 8. They say dress for the job you want, and Aiden did that from day one.
Come see me after ground instruction.
2 Saturdays a month, Aiden and about 40 other kids from 8 to 18 fill this hangar for a morning of ground school at Fly Compton.
Penetrate through that ceiling is going to be difficult, right?
A nonprofit exposing young people to aviation, hoping their dreams take flight.
Are there students that you see in your class that you expect to see in an airline cockpit one day?
Yeah, I would say about 40 to 50% of the kids. I'll see them in the cockpit for sure.
Alaska Airlines pilot and Compton native Ron Norman is one of the program's founders. He sees firsthand the need to bring more diversity to flying.
You get mistaken for a flight attendant.
Oh, yeah. All the time. And the funny thing about that is it comes from everybody. It doesn't come just from white people. It comes from black people as well.
93% of pilots in the U.S. are white. Only about 5% are women, and women of color are estimated to be less than 1%.
I got on a commercial flight to Cuba back in 2017. Looked in the cockpit, and both of the pilots were African American. And instantly, that ignited my motivation to become a pilot.
Foundation President Demetrius Harris decided to become a professional pilot at age 40.
What was it about that made that such a light bulb moment?
Seeing someone that looks like me doing a certain thing, I think it's very powerful. So I feel like if it did that for me, I can only imagine what it could do for a small child.
After ground school, it's time to fly.
It's so beautiful in the air. Like, flying is so beautiful, and I love it.
18-year-old Alicia Arnold is studying aviation at San Jose State.
Release the brakes.
She is on pace to be Fly Compton's first teen to earn a pilot's license, something she'll do before she even has her driver's license.
Driving a car is kind of scary because it's you and then like that guy and then that dude over there. But then in the air, it's just so freeing.
One of the biggest barriers to becoming a pilot is the tens of thousands it can cost to learn. This summer, Fly Compton will mark its second year by helping some of its older students earn their pilot's licenses at little or no cost.
We're just here to reach one kid. If we can do more, it's icing on the cake.
Gear up.
For Norman, it's a chance to pay back those who mentored him by paying it forward.
Is it weird being a role model?
I never thought of myself as a role model. That's the first time I heard that.
You all set? Ready?
I'm just a friend. I'm just someone here to help guide. I've always thought of it as bearing a torch. We're just guiding the way.
And young Aiden is following in close formation.
If he can do it, I can do it.
Soaring to new heights while sending the message, the sky is their only limit. For CBS Saturday Morning, I'm Kris Van Cleave in Compton, California.
Good, Aiden. That was very good.
Maybe that's the key to being a role model, is not thinking of yourself as the role model, but just leading by example and helping and showing.
And kids watch, but look at Aiden there.
Yeah, I know.
Pretty impressive, huh?
We're seeing so many of these flight schools or flight training programs pop up all over the country, whether it was, a Carol Hobson through that story, a United Airlines pilot, or, a Jerome Stanislaus, a guy who wanted to be a professional pilot but just wasn't able to get his wing.
Accessibility.
And it's not just the kids, as we saw there. How about somebody switching at 40 years old?
Yeah.
Changing their
That was
path.
Carol's story. Yeah, absolutely.
Awesome.